Hello, people of the internet. Things have been busy for me lately. We're at the end of the semester, which means finals, tests, papers, studying, not getting the right amount of sleep, eating foods that I will regret later on. It's been a bit tiring, but on Friday I received a great present for Christmas from one of my friends that really uplifted my mood, and I'm wearing it now. This is a Ninja Warrior t-shirt that has all the symbols that G4 uses as part of their status bar when they edit the show. I know not everyone likes the G4 edit, but I love these symbols, and I was very surprised when I saw the shirt, and I really like it. However, I am tired of waiting. G4 has taken much too long to show Sasuke 23 on the air. I've given them plenty of time, and it doesn't even appear that they're going to be showing it anytime soon, as far as I know. And quite frankly, I don't care anymore. So, right now in December, even though it aired back in September, I am doing a review of Sasuke 23. So, this should go without saying, if you have not seen Sasuke 23 yet, spoilers! Huge spoilers! That will ruin your life if you see them! And I'm being silly. Alright. So, let me just put it this way. Sasuke 23, in my opinion, was perfect. If you haven't seen Sasuke 23 yet, you really do need to go see it. And preferably without the spoilers. I always think it's better without knowing ahead of time, but Sasuke 23 was just fantastic. One of the best in a long time. And main reason is just because the results happened in the way that I want to see the results happen. In the first stage, I always want to see somewhere between 10 to 20 people pass the first stage. And this is mostly because I want to see a lot of Stage 2 action, because I love Stage 2. It's my favorite stage. And we got that. We got, I believe, 16 people passing the first stage. In terms of the first stage design itself, it's obvious that they changed the slider jump. They made it closer, which, I mean, it definitely seems like they want more people passing stage 1, which I think is a good decision in terms of business-wise, because people tend to like to watch people win. If the ratings of Sasuke 19 and 20 were any indication, people don't like to watch constant failure all the time. Since between those two combined, only 5 people passed the first stage. But there was a new obstacle, the curtain slider. I like that. That was a very interesting obstacle. That was the second obstacle that replaced the circle slider. It was really cool. Basically, you just run across, you grab the curtain, like whoosh, go across like that. And the first obstacle was finally replaced. Instead of the sextuple step, we have the rotunda blah 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 blah. Really long Japanese word I don't understand. I just call it the dodeca step. It's 11 angled planks that you gotta jump across, all at different angles, and they're narrower than the sextuple step, and then the 12th step being the just jump to the finish platform. That's, well, the obstacle finish platform. And other than that, the course stayed the same. In terms of the people who beat the stage, very happy to see Shigeru Yamamoto finally beat the first stage. He looked elated, and it was really nice to see. He actually, you can kind of tell when he landed on the landing pad of the half pipe attack, he was like, whoa, don't want to fall off the plank again like last time. Takeda and Nagano both passed. I'm going to get back to Nagano, but what happened with him in a second, but Yamada, it became painfully obvious he wasn't going to pass the first stage when basically the buzzer went started going off when he reached the warped wall. But he had an awesome wipeout on the slider jump. He did a full backflip. He was like, whoa! Yeah, reverse grip, not a good idea. on the slider jump. Pipe slider, yes. Slider jump, no. And there were so many passes, they actually had to do a montage of win, or fast forward segments. It was just a bunch of these Sasuke trial qualifiers. They were like, hey, there's this guy, he passes. Hey, wait, hey, here's this guy, he passes. Hey, here's this guy, and he passes too. This guy, he does this, and he passes. And it was so mind-numbing. It's like, they're montaging clears? That means there's going to be a lot of them, and there were a lot of them. It was a great thing to see that finally we have a double digits. This hasn't a double digits number of clear, which hasn't happened since Sasuke 17. It's been a while. And the American Ninja Warrior qualifiers. As of this recording, G4's aired the first 4 episodes of American Ninja Warrior of 8, and I do know who, actually, I think I only know who 9 of them are. They showed 8 of them. I knew who one of the 2 main people. I don't remember who the other person in the show, but besides the point. From what I've seen, actually, I was fairly impressed with the American Ninja Warrior qualifiers. From the 8 that they showed, the worst performance was timing out on the warped wall. A lot of them timed out on the slider jump, or one guy timed out at the very beginning of the ropes Tarzan swing to the net climb, and then one guy, I apologize to everyone, I don't remember your names, timed out right when he got to the top of the net climb. He didn't have enough time to run across the bridge and hit the button. That's gotta suck. Like, if that was me, I would just, that'd be terrible. But overall, I was very impressed with them, especially since I said that most of them would fail the jumping spider. I guess they were better than I thought they were going to be. I'm glad I was wrong. 3 of the Americans passed the first stage. 2 of them, no surprise, Levi and Brian, who both killed the first stage. The third person was surprised mainly because I didn't know who he was, but Rich King. I knew that he had applied several times for the previous American Ninja Challenges. First time he made it to Sasuke, and he did well. He passed first stage. I was happy. Would have been nice if he was wearing clothing that, more clothing. But yeah. Yuji and Kano, they both passed. What happened? Kano had a very interesting run. When he got to the half-pipe attack, he swung, got to the platform, went back to the half-pipe, went off again to the platform, and then went back to the half-pipe, and then swung the platform and just kind of landed. Like usually people will, does and then kind of drop, but on the third time you're just like, ooh. It was rather amusing to see. I believe Yuji also did that, but only 2 times instead of 3. It's very interesting when people do it that way. You don't see it very often, but when they do, it's pretty funny to watch. And the women, there were a few women actually had a few impressive runs. 2 people made it to the half-pipe attack, 2 women, tying, now making an official 4-way tie for furthest female competitor. One of them being Ri Kamiya, who of Kunoichi fame, who I'm always rooting for in Kunoichi. I will get to Kunoichi 8 later on. And I hope that we actually do see a woman beat the first stage again, finally. It might take a while, but I think it could happen. Is there anyone else I haven't talked about? Oh yeah, Okayama, Lee, and Shi, they both passed. It was nice to see them. I'll talk about them later, but the biggest surprise of the first stage was Nagano. I mean, this was shocking. Basically, for those of you who don't know what happened, he reached the slider jump. He slid down, and then he just kind of flew off it and completely missed the net again and failed the slider jump again. I mean, it was just It was almost, or actually did even worse, but then things getting weird. I couldn't understand exactly what was going on at first because, they're speaking Japanese, but it turns out the slider jump actually malfunctioned. The rope that they used to return the bar got stuck on some of the scaffolding, and basically the bar stopped short and flung him. So he had to do it again, and I'm surprised because, as far as I know, this is the first time they showed a run where a person was given another chance. Like, usually a person given another chance, they don't show the first run. But because the lighting from 99 to 100 was basically, daylight and nighttime with no evening shown, I guess they had to do it. Also a good way to build tension in. So when Nagano had to do it again, thank God he beat it. But, God, he looked pissed. And again, I would be too if I failed because the course malfunctioned on me. So yeah, 16 people. That is great. And then we got to see plenty of Stage 2 love, which I am very happy for. Because, and to me, I want about 50% passing Stage 2. A little bit less than 50%, maybe about a good 45, around there. And that's exactly what I got. 7 people past Stage 2. And a lot of people actually bid it on the salmon ladder. A few of the Sasuke trial people who passed Stage 1 really did poorly on the salmon ladder. One guy, he was just, wah! Immediately he grabs it and he takes the bar off the ladder and and immediately falls off. And one guy got DQ'd for putting his feet on the side walls to steady himself. Yeah, not cool. But there's a new obstacle in Stage 2, and they finally got rid of the swing ladder and moved the unstable bridge, which 2 planks that you have to basically hold on like this when grabbing it. Crap, I'm on here. Basically, this is a plank, but much larger. Like it's more like this, but basically you have to move on like this. The thing is, the first plank is held up by 4 cables at all 4 quarters, so you get swings like this and this. But the second plank that you have to kind of jump to is only held up by 2 cables, one here, so you have to, so it moves like this, which makes movement a lot harder. So you can't move like this, because the moment you do this, so you gotta kind of hop. But, yeah, that took out a few competitors. Ignore that. And that, I was really impressed with the obstacle. The only thing is, it kept looking, the thing was bending so much, I thought it was going to snap on someone. Good thing that wasn't the case. Was there anything special in Stage 2 other than that? The only thing that really got my eye was Kano's run in Stage 2. Specifically on the salmon ladder, the guy had an amazing recovery. He went up the right side got it wrong, but the second side dropped 2 rungs, and then he lost grip of one hand, so he went flying, wailing, and he thought he was going to fall, but despite actually hitting against the wall a little bit too, he was able to recover, get himself up, and then level himself up and get up, and that was amazing. That was one of the best recoveries I've seen on the show ever. So that was really cool. Overall, I really liked the Stage 2 runs this time around. It was very exciting to watch, and it would have been nice to see Brian or Richard pass Stage 2. They both end up failing the unstable bridge, but neither of them had a lot of time. Levi passed, though. So, some America representing. Woo! And then Stage 3. Everything stayed the same, but there were some big wipeouts. And surprising ones, too. One of the most surprising ones was Shingo Yamamoto. He failed on the first obstacle, the arm rings, and they kind of really didn't show much of it. It was very confusing. He kind of got fast forward. Basically, he got up, and next thing you know, he's in the middle of the arm rings, and from what I understand, he couldn't feel his arms, so he was kind of like, he couldn't move anymore, so basically he decided it was better if he just dropped and exited the competition, and I say that's a good move. You really can. He's had shoulder problems in the past, dislocated a few times. You really can't risk an injury like that, especially if it's potential nerve damage if he wasn't feeling his arm. And yeah, so that was pretty sad. But who was in? Oh, actually, I forgot to mention Stage 2. Yuji failed the unstable bridge, which was pretty surprising. I would have liked to see him make it to the final stage again, but it turned out that was not the case. I was actually very happy that I got to see. I finally got to see someone fail the spider flip. Okayama. I mean, I love the guy. He's a cool guy. Olympic runner, silver medal, and he owns a he's a personal trainer, fitness area. You always see him. You always show that clip of him doing push with his kids on top. It's really cool. He seems like a genuinely nice guy. But when he got to the spider flip, he looked tired. I mean, you could tell he looked tired. And I was just like, oh, like the cynic in me was like, oh, please, someone fail the spider flip, because I always wanted to see the Wile E. Coyote cam in action, and he fell. It was pretty cool. The problem is the way he fell. You couldn't see much on the Wile E. Coyote cam. It was terrible because the way he fell, like the plank is right here. Problem is he didn't miss because he let go. He missed because he missed. And so he kind of, like the way his body contorted, he mostly fell underneath the spider flip. So if it's like this, it's like so in the replay you didn't get to see much. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, I guess, I got what I wanted, but it wasn't quite what I wanted. Then Takeda went up, and he solved everything for me, because he too failed the spider flip, which, by the way, I predicted correctly. And he had perfect form in his failure. Once again, you could tell he was dead tired, and I must admit, as much as I want to see him pass the final stage, at least make it to the final stage, he hasn't done that yet, but I was kind of hoping on the inside, just be like, fail, 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 because I wanted that shot, and I got it. He was like, and then it's like, whoosh. And Monster 9 and TBS, with the way they edited the replay of his fail, they were teasing me because the entire time of his replay of his fail, they were showing every angle but the Wile E. Coyote cam. And then the very last replay they showed the Wile E. Coyote cam. And that just made, that completed me. It was a amazing shot, and I believe it was Venus Head Trap, if I remember that correctly, from the Sasuke fan forums, who took it up to the next level. He edited some audio footage from Wile E. Coyote of Takeda falling, so when you saw the replay from the Wile E. Coyote camp, you just heard so big props to him. That was awesome. I love watching that. And to me, to make things perfect, I want to see either one, two, or three competitors make it to the final stage, and we got two, in the form of Kano and both Nagano. Kano, I'm kind of surprised because I don't know. I was kind of thinking he was gonna disqualify himself on a spider flip again or do something stupid. Nagano, not really much surprise. I mean, most of his failures have been stupid mistakes for the most part. And he was just flawless. Maybe he was just on a warpath of vengeance after the slider jump screwed him up the first time. But he did great. And I almost forgot, Kenji Takahashi was also past the first stage, passed the second stage very well. And he had an amazing third stage run. Unfortunately, he just missed past the third stage. He was on the final ring, the gliding ring, and he jumped. And he missed the platform. He was short, and it's a shame. I was pulling for him, but what was really interesting was how he passed the Shin cliffhanger, because he never passed the cliffhanger before in his 3 previous attempts. He's actually taken on 3 different versions of the cliffhanger his first times, and this time he was very interesting. He on the angled part, he was holding it like this, and so he reached instead of using his long arms instead of jumping, he just reached out, grabbed it, and then just moved on like it was nothing. It was cool to watch, confusing at first, because you're like, you can't jump like this, but it's like, nope. And I was like, all right. That was pretty cool. Would have liked to see him make it to the final stage, but not the case. So the final stage, and one of the biggest surprises is that they actually lowered the time limit, which I agree and disagree with. I agree that that 45 seconds was a little too long, and it should have been like 40. But at the second time, part of me is just like, you do really want to, change the final stage, even in terms of time limit before someone beats it. Whatever. In the end, I guess I agree with him more than disagree. So, based on numbers, Kano was first, and he was just too slow on the rope climb. He needs to work on his technique. Nagano, though, he was close. If he was given the full 45, I think he was going to make it. But, yeah, he was close, but it wasn't meant to be. But overall, it didn't matter, because for the perfect Sasuke, you don't need someone passing the final stage. You just need someone at least getting close. And someone did get at least close, Nagano. And so, Sasuke, to me, was perfect this time around. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do in 24, which is airing January 1st, last time I checked. I gotta recheck that, but I do believe it's January 1st. At like 3:45 a.m. Eastern time. That's gonna be fun. But it should be good to see. Sasuke 23, I loved every minute of it. The editing, the course changes, and just the overall results of the competitors was just, it was everything I wanted, and even a little bit more, because you got that controversy with Nagano's slider jump. But big props to Nagano. He had to run 5 runs this time. This is the first time, as far as I know, that anyone has ever done 5 runs and do so well. And the only way it could have made it even more amazing is if he actually beat the final stage. But he already beat it once. He's already a legend. So that should be pretty cool. And actually, Sasuke 24 is already taped by the time I'm making this. And it appears that we are finally getting all 6 All-Stars back. The first time since Sasuke 17 that's going to happen. So I'm excited for that. So so Sasuke 23 was perfect, fantastic. Thank you, Monster 9 and TBS, for putting on a good program. I'm glad that the ratings did pretty well, just like last time, and I eagerly look forward to Sasuke 24, and I hope that any kind of rumors that people are saying that this is the last one are not true, because I don't want it to end. It's a great show, and I want it to continue. So there you go. I love it. Thank you, and goodbye.